everybody's gonna say it's probably like the new coach, Donovan Mitchell here and there. They gonna say the resurgence of Darius Garland. He done found his game again. But I think
Yeah.
Evan Mobley has been the biggest piece because we know what Mitchell can do. We know what Garland can do. But Evan Mobley, he's been averaging 18 points. He's been averaging pretty much 9 rebounds, 3 assists, but he's shooting 56 from the field, 35 from three, and almost 80 from the free throw line. What do you feel about Evan Mobley and just from what you heard, what you've seen so far this year, and what you've thought about him in the past?
Man, like you said, he is the key to unlocking this Cavs team and really helping solidify themselves as a solid contender in the East. And like right now, you see no one that can really match up with them besides the Celtics at this point. But Evan Mobley is the key to that. Him being more aggressive. You've already seen he's a great defender. You know, a defense player of the year caliber type defender out there. But him being aggressive on the offensive end, him knocking down shots from the perimeter, things like that, him being aggressive, getting to the basket, uh, and not shying away from those, being aggressive and hitting shots. You know, that's what really unlocks the Cavs as a whole offense and as a whole team because it just opens up the floor even that much more. And that's another person that defenses have to play to when you're guarding that team.
I was watching the game the other day. I think it was their latest game, honestly. They played the Brooklyn
Hmm.
Nets. Because before that, they absolutely smacked the Warriors. It was to the point where I was watching like 3 games at one time and I was keeping track. And I'm just like, it's no point in ever tuning into this game because they was up by like 40 at half.
That was
So,
crazy.
and it's been Evan Mobley. It's crazy to say Evan Mobley, like the little hook shot. He's just looking more assertive. He's looking more aggressive. Darius
Yep.
Garland, he kind of fell off last year, but we've known he can score. Evan Mobley, his
Yeah.
main thing where everybody talked about him is like, bro, you gonna have to score. You got to be aggressive,
Yeah.
assertive offensively.
Hmm.
So, what do you think will keep Cleveland from being contenders? And do you think they're a real contender at this point?
So, a lot of people are gonna say like, oh, they're like the Atlanta Hawks back in the day during that kind of time where they're gonna be a good regular season team, but they're not gonna be all that. Or like I think it was 2021 Jazz, something like that. One of them Jazz teams that did got really hot. But I don't know about that. I think, Cleveland has all the pieces to match up pretty well with the Celtics as far as they have a lot of good decent amount of perimeter shooting. They have bigs that can challenge them in the paint. They have solid, at least some type of wing talent. Isaac Carl, he can match up with a Jalen Brown and stick with him, or he can do some on Tatum at times. I think they have the pieces as far as in their starting five, and then they have a bench that can actually get them buckets. You see, was it Ty Jerome? I think
Ty Jerome has been hooping.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ty Jerome was hooping. He been
yeah.
hooping for them. So I mean, they have guys that can come off the bench and help him and do things, spread the floor, things like that. So in my opinion, I think the Cavs have all the tools necessary. Now, will they put it together with the first year with the new head coach? I don't know, but they off to a hot start right now.
Is it conference finals or bust with them, in your opinion? Me personally, I feel like year three of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, you have to keep getting further than where you were the year before.
Yeah,
So I'm saying you have to at least win 2 rounds. If you win 2 rounds, you win the conference finals, right?
yeah.
So
Unless you hit
me
a point right.
personally, I can't say it's finals or bust, but I'm kind of looking at that conference finals because who's the top teams in the East right now? Because Philly, I'm not looking at Philly, Milwaukee. We have to come to an agreement that that's done. Those teams are done. Or do you kind of still have some faith in those things?
We ain't even seen Joel Embiid play yet, man. I'm gonna give it to Joel Embiid. Come back and show me something before I just write off Philly. Now Milwaukee, Chris Middleton ain't moving me enough to where he gonna just turn them into contenders again. Now I don't know about that. Milwaukee's
So you
their problem seems a lot more than just that. So
do you feel like the Cavs will get to an Eastern Conference Finals, or is you still kind
they
of like, man, you still got to see more?
They should. I'm gonna be honest. They should. You're right. We're in year three of Donovan Mitchell, who is one of the premier shooting guard talents. We're in there you have Darius Garland, you have all the Evan Mobley who's ascending. Like we need these guys to show why they're top talents in the league, and they have that conglomerate talent together on that
Hmm.
Cavs team that can do things. So it's not time for like, oh, let's just make it to the second round and be happy. No, we moving on and we doing better things. So that's what the Cavs need to do. Conference finals are bust for me. Now, will they do it? We'll see. But they should. That should be their goal, end all, be all.
What? Because when I think of this team, because another question that's go rear its ugly head because Donovan Mitchell hasn't been out the second round. Donovan Mitchell
Hmm.
hasn't been to a conference final. But I feel
Hmm.
like you said, it's a conglomerate of talent, kind of like the
Yeah.
Pistons when they had Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, and those guys. It was four guys that were good enough to make
Yeah.
an All Star team. I think they had like 4 or 5 All Stars, and it's kind of looking like this with this Cleveland team. It's like you
Yeah.
probably not gonna have the upper echelon superstar, but you have enough, and you have like 3 All Stars. I think Darius Garland made an All Star team. Jared Allen made an
Hmm.
All Star team, and of course Donovan
Hmm.
Mitchell made an All Star team. So it's like you
Hmm.
have the collective of talent, and I think it's time to have expectations for him. Now,
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, because last year I kind of felt like they did him dirty in the playoffs. He was by himself. He single handedly won them that Orlando series. I think he had like
Yeah.
what he had like a 50-point game. I'm sure I can't remember, but
Yeah.
then and he was doing his thing against Boston. Evan Mobley kind of came on late, but Jared Allen
Hmm.
sat out. Darius Garland was a no show.
Yeah.
How much is on Mitchell now? What do we need from Mitchell to where it's like at least we can say it's not your fault?
You talk about as far as like points, rebounds, assists like that, or like if he gets a game or whatever. Like,
It's like what should be we didn't establish the expectation for the Cavs because
hmm,
it's hey, you kind of got to get to a conference finals or it's time to kind of look at you sideways, maybe thinking about a trade or something like that, probably like package Jared Allen and something to see if you can do something else. But Donovan Mitchell as a star player, can he be a true number one option on a championship team? Because just like Joel Embiid, he's one of the few stars that hasn't been to a conference finals. Like he's
yeah,
along with Embiid has been kicked out in the second round. But he
yeah.
also hasn't had a team that you was like, okay, Donovan Mitchell, you should get to a conference finals. You should get to a finals.
I think this is his team to where he, especially if they continue this level of play. If Evan Mobley continues this level of play, and yes, Jared Allen continues doing what he's doing. He's a former All Star, like you said. Yes, Darius Garland just won Eastern Conference Player of the Week. So, like, we need to hold these dudes accountable when it come playoff time. Donovan Mitchell out there dropping 30, averaging 28 to 30 every night. And you got fall off from Darius Garland. He no shows again. Evan Mobley. I can't necessarily say that's his fault. I do think it's imperative that they get the first seed so they avoid Boston till the conference finals. I'm sure Boston will probably be the second seed in the East. They'll win a ton of games. Cleveland is probably crucial for them to keep that one seed so they don't slip down to like the second or third and they're facing Boston in like a second round situation. That's the best path for them to get to the conference finals.
I ain't gonna lie. I think they should get to a conference final. And like you said, they should try to avoid Boston. But I think they pretty much can beat anybody else because they have the size in the front court that's actually
Hmm.
like good defensive players. They got the super scoring guards. They got
Yep.
depth. Um, I honestly think they're the second best team in the East, and they should
Hmm.
get to a conference finals. My only thing is Donovan Mitchell. This is the first year, and I'm a Donovan Mitchell guy, but this is the first
Yeah.
year to where it's like I have a conference finals / finals expectation for you if you really go be that guy, and we got to hold it to
Hmm.
him and this team. And say this is the year to where it can't be your fault, dog. You
Yeah.
got outplayed by Jalen Brunson twice. But then last year you kind of rebounded and your team kind of let you down. This year, conference finals a bust.
Yeah.
This conference finals a bust. You got anything
I,
else
I
on
I
the
agree.
Cavs?
No,
Like
I agree. I just like what they're doing out there. I like, they're winning. They're undefeated. I don't know how long this streak gonna go. It's probably gonna get another one because they playing the Bulls tonight. But I like the Cavs, and I think they have what it takes to definitely make a deep run in the playoffs. They just got to put it together. So we'll see.
mm. I'm just trying to think of anything else with the Cavs because
Like, do you think there's anything they lack or they should try to add or need or what?
that's the thing. It's the only thing that I kind of be able to make sure before I get to speaking crazy because Jared Allen was missing a lot of layups when I watched them play against Brooklyn. So I kind of want to see if he's kind of like an odd man out. He's 14 a
Hmm.
game, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 66% from the field, 72% with the. Now it kind of looked like everybody kind of is
Yeah,
doing that thing. He's
dude,
only at 9
that's
field goals a
fine.
game, but
Yeah, that's fine for my fourth guy on 9 shots. If that's where he gonna
it's
be, because at times he had to step up.
yeah, okay. So expectations for the Cavs, conference finals of buzz. Donovan Mitchell, you have to prove that you're the guy because I think if everybody's healthy and even if it's against Boston, because you have the
Hmm.
personnel, literally have the personnel to match up with them. Now it's going to
Yeah,
be because Darius Garland, jury's still out, but I think in terms of second options, he's as good as he kind of gets, like that level of a
hmm,
player. Like he's a
yeah,
pass first, efficient shooter, can get in the lane, good scorer, all that. So it's like I don't even want to hear the excuse even against Boston, unless like one of them dudes just kind of like really stink it up. Like if Garland and Mobley just kind of no show or whatever happens with that.
yeah, yeah.
There's no excuse to even lose to Boston, in my opinion.
Okay.
If
I don't
Donovan Mitchell
necessarily.
is who we think he is.
I think Boston's a great team, but I do think defensively they should be able to match up as well.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.